Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. We have more Hiya Toys Alien Predator news to talk about, and one figure in particular I am really excited for. Now, I just recently started collecting Hiya Toys. For the most part, I've always been a NECA collector. I'm more keen on the 7-inch scale stuff, but Hiya Toys, despite a couple of their faults, they're really cool, and I think for what you're paying for, you definitely get your money's worth. And if you stay tuned throughout this video, you'll definitely know why, because they just picked up a particular line from Predator that's definitely gonna get your attention. I'm gonna be going over that one last because it's probably the most interesting one, but I'm not gonna reveal it yet, but I'll give you a hint. If you like AVP, the movies, the first one in particular, you may want to stay tuned throughout the video. But let's just jump in, because we definitely have a couple of figures to go over in detail. The first one would be the battle-damaged Berserker Predator. Now, this is slated for a release of February 2021, so we have a ways to go. Folks, we practically have a year. But they're actually going forward with a version of Berserker that NECA never got to. The one with the cut-off arm. Isn't that so cool? During his battle with Royce at the end of the film, he did get his shit f***ed up. Excuse my language. He really did. He got his arm cut up, he had his mandible severed, his face is bloodied, his chest is bloody, he's covered in cuts. He looked pretty gosh darn badass, and that is the exact version they're doing. Looking through the pictures here, it looks so cool. You have the open mandibles, what's left of them. He's covered in that green blood. Obviously his arm is missing. He has the long wrist blade extended, and he just looks so flippin' cool. He definitely looks worn and torn from his battle with Royce, and it's so cool to have another, like a brand new version of Berserker. I say this a lot, we don't get a lot of figures from the 2010 film, and even if we do, it's stuff that we've seen before, but this is actually brand new. So it's really cool to have another version of Berserker, and man, look at that. Again, the detail with these little guys, they're like, what, 4 inches tall. They're very small figures, but for what it's worth, I've said this a lot before, they are definitely well detailed. The paint is pretty clean, not much bleeding whatsoever on these figures. I guess other copies will vary. Mine have been pretty good. I'm still working on putting together the Lost Tribe, but look at that. I think even the wrist blade has blood on it on one side. I think, where's that pic? Yep. So that's a really cool touch, because in the film he used that wrist blade to decapitate the classic Predator, the battle damaged classic Predator, or the crucified Predator if you want to be technical about it. And so that's awesome. You got the crucified Predator's blood on that wrist blade. That is a really cool touch. And I'm even noticing here the plasma caster on Berserker has a little bit of blood on it, and so does his shoulder and whatnot. That is so cool. This is something I'm definitely gonna have to pick up. It's such a unique piece. We don't know if NECA is gonna go ahead with this version. We know they're gonna be doing a Berserker, but we don't know if it's gonna be battle damage, or at least battle damage to this extent. So I'm definitely picking this up. It is slated again for February 2021, ways away for 20 bucks, but I usually tend to pay a little less for these guys. I do wait a little bit. You know me, I'm a cheapskate. So, but even if you were to pay the full 20, I think it'd definitely be worth it, because again, a very unique piece. So I'm definitely excited to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. I know a lot of people are going to be buzzing for this particular figure, so let me know what are your thoughts, because I'm slobbering. That sounded really weird. Alrighty, speaking of the 2010 film, we are getting an armored version of the crucified Predator based off of the scene when Royce cut him off the cross, and he's getting back in action. So, obviously it looks very similar to your typical jungle hunter with slight differences, but definitely very cool looking. I like it a lot. Obviously the mask, or the biomask, is damaged with part of his eye and his mandibles revealed. Definitely very cool looking. He comes with your standard 2 wrist blades, the plasma caster, and what's he holding in his hand there? Is he holding anything? No, he's not holding anything. At first I thought he's coming with like those holograms of like Earth and whatnot in the ship from the film that he had on his wrist computer, but that might be pushing it for such a small figure. Again, very slight differences between this and your standard jungle hunter. This is probably kind of like a figure you would want to get if you're really into Predator, if you're really keen on those very slight differences and you want a particular Predator from every single scene, because honestly I could see most people sticking to the regular crucified Predator without the armor. That's obviously the more unique version, and I can see folks skipping out on this and just getting the 87 classic. But then again, this is from the 2010 movie, right? And there's not a lot of figures from there, so you guys know me, right? You know I'm getting it. I am obsessed with the lore. I'm obsessed with getting an Alien and Predator from like every single scene, and even though I do have the NECA version, because I'm getting all the other Hiya Toys 2010 stuff, I'm gonna need this for that line, for that shelf. So definitely count me in. February 2021. I'm not gonna have this on my shelf for a good minute, and just like the Berserker Predator and most of the Hiya Toys stuff, he's gonna be priced at 20 bucks. Moving on to the last of the 2010 stuff, we have yet another surprise. This one I'm definitely excited about because, much like Berserker, something NECA hasn't done. Now, we did get a semi-cloaked Falconer Predator from NECA quite a few years ago. I should be putting a picture on the screen. I love that figure, to tell you the truth. I really, really did. And they even did a Berserker Predator in that same style, and to this day, I'm still waiting for a Tracker Predator in that same style because they were very unique. However, Hiya Toys is going a little bit different of a route and just giving us a plain old simple cloaked, fully cloaked Falconer Predator, which definitely looks awesome. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say here. We have seen the pre-order for the Falconer Predator a little while ago. You guys know I'm picking it up. A lot of you guys are picking it up as well. Definitely looks like a very cool piece to own. And again, this is, I mean, it's what you would expect, just a transparent version. And I'm definitely keen on picking this up. You guys notice I'm actually on the Hiya Toys website because this is not apparently on pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store just yet. I'm not promoting them. I don't promote anybody. I just usually go there because their format's easier when making videos. But looks like you do get a lawn version of the wrist blades. I'm seeing quite a bit of yellow in his chest area and abdomen. That is a little bit odd looking. A lot of yellow, actually. The joints and whatnot. Hopefully he'll be... hopefully they'll fix that, because that doesn't look too good. That kind of looks like he's aged. Like my cloaked Berserker by NECA, which has turned mostly yellow over the years, so that's kind of odd. But again, a version of the Falconer that we have not had before, so I will certainly be purchasing this. Let's see when the release date is. Here he's priced at the usual 20 bucks. I am not seeing a release date on Hiya. I would imagine it's gonna be like Berserker, February 2021. In fact, most of the stuff is going to be next year because of what's going on in the world. So, let me know what are your thoughts below if you're going to be picking up this version of Falconer, the regular version of him, or both, because hey, we're nuts. Alright, so before we get into the juicy one, I gotta keep y'all at the edge of your seat. You know me. We're gonna move from Predator to Alien for just a quick moment. We can't forget, you know, with what's been happening with hunting grounds and everything, this channel lately has pretty much been a Predator channel. So we need to give Alien a little bit of love. For people who don't know, or for people just joining in on the channel, I am as big of an Alien fan as I am a Predator fan. The collection is split even between them, so we definitely got to talk about this one here. The Hiya Toys 1/18 scale, 4-inch, 1979 Big Chap Alien. I am definitely interested in this little guy here. He is, I mean, coming out at a good time with the 40th anniversary and whatnot, right? And for some reason, the pictures they took make him look really blue, but he definitely looks, or I keep calling him a he. It's a she. All xenomorphs are female. I gotta remember that. She definitely looks interesting. Very skinny, from what I can tell. I'm guessing she'll have a bendy tail as well. I do like the fogged dome, the fogged white, kind of cloudy dome that they chose for her. Definitely fits, even if it's not 100% movie accurate, but definitely seems quite articulated. I mean, you got double jointed knees. I'm guessing the elbows are going to be double jointed. You got the ab section, again, bendy tail. I don't know how well that'll work, but looks like you have, I want to call them ball jointed ankles, can't really tell. Got a little bit of foot articulation there. Man, props to the guy who's doing toy photography for this, because he is on top of it. They make this thing look really, really good. So, again, this is coming out at a good and a bad time. Good because of the 40th anniversary. The 1979 film is definitely hyped at the moment. But also bad because NECA is putting out another Big Chap. They put out their quarter scale one, and now you have Mezco hopping in and doing their version of the Big Chap. So pretty much everybody at the moment is hopping on the 40th anniversary hype and putting out Big Chap aliens. So I'm going to consider this. I'm going to wait to see reviews and see if I'd want it in the collection. It'd be nice to have it, considering I'm going to be picking up the classic Jungle Hunter by Hiya Toys, and it'd be cool to have like the main players from each franchise on the shelf in the same scale. So that's kind of my thought process with this. And I think you'd definitely be getting what you'd be paying for here. It has a wonderful sculpt, lots of articulation, and just looks well painted. You know, what's really working for this piece here, and I say this a lot when I'm talking about Big Chap aliens, it's kind of that wet paint job. God, that sounds so weird. In the movie, the alien is always covered in like slime, and it's always dripping wet and all this stuff and slobbering everywhere. And I think this piece definitely captures that, kind of like the new NECA ones, right? So more movie accurate in that sense. So no release date, guessing early 2021, but priced at $20 just like the rest. I'm guessing it's going to be scaled correctly in that it's going to be taller than well, at least at the same height. I don't know, I feel like aliens are usually a bit taller, or at least the Big Chap's taller than the Predator, so I'm guessing it'll be in correct scale. But let me know if you're going to be hopping on this. Let me know if you already picked up all the other previous Big Chaps. You know I did, hopping on that 40th anniversary cruise line, but she is definitely on her way. Hey folks, didn't talk about this one. I actually just found it when I was browsing Big Bad after filming the video, but this isn't necessarily a brand new pre-order, considering the estimated date of arrival is April 2020, and it is April, so it looks like we're probably going to get these next month, hopefully, but you know what's going on. We don't know. But based off Alien Covenant and by Hiya Toys as well, we're getting an Alien Egg and Face Hugger set, which is definitely tempting. This is something that they kind of beat NECA to. I would love if NECA could put out something like this. Obviously, this is going to be in the same scale, you know, the 1/18th scale, but looking at these, they kind of look almost ceramic, if that makes sense. Actually, are these ceramic? I don't know. I'm scrolling through the product. No, made of plastic. They really do look a bit ceramic. I guess they just really went overboard with the glossy paint. But you get a total of 6 eggs, 4 of which have open petals and 2 of which are closed. Again, this is based off of Alien Covenant, so this is not going to be accurate in terms of 79 or 86. But they definitely look really cool. I certainly dig the designs, and you actually get a set of face huggers as well. I'm looking at the pictures. It looks like we have a bit different of a variety in terms of the positions that the face huggers are in. These won't necessarily be articulated, but it looks like 4 of them are going to be in the motion of crawling or attacking, and 2 of them are kind of just lying flat on the ground. It's kind of odd to tell from the picture, and their tails are curled almost like they're dead, and they may very well actually be dead. I'm not certain, but I wanted to put this in the video. Once again, this is supposed to be out this month according to Big Bad Toy Store. I'm not promoting, as I've said. Actually, I don't know if I've said that yet. I probably will in the video, but with what's going on, expect a delay. However, I certainly want to jump on board with this. It is something that's really cool. Now, keep in mind, 1/18th scale eggs, they are going to be microscopic. If you guys have picked up the Neomorph by Hiya Toys, a very, very small and delicate piece, and these are going to be even tinier, much tinier. So keep that in mind, but anywho, let's keep on with the video. Okay, the big one. The big one. It's happening. For those of you who missed out on the horribly, horribly now expensive Alien vs. Predator NECA figures, particularly Scar Predator, a very notorious Predator these days, considered a classic, a cult character of the franchise, is now returning. He's not in 7-inch scale, unfortunately. It's not by NECA, but by your very own Hiya Toys. So taking a look at this figure, finally Scar is coming back to us. Priced at 20 bucks, not a bad price considering how rarely we come across a Scar Predator, or just a Predator from the first AVP in general. He looks great. Now, he definitely looks bulky, from what I can tell, or bulky enough. They certainly slimmed him down to a degree for articulation, kind of like what NECA did, which I'm okay with. And he looks, man, he looks really, really good. He looks like he comes with the ceremonial combi stick, his retracted wrist blades, and I think that's a ceremonial blade on his boot there. Let's look through the pictures and see if he actually removes it. I'm not seeing... Yes, he does. There's the ceremonial blade and a shuriken too. So that is very cool. So he comes with pretty much all the stuff he needs. He does not have a removable biomask. Unfortunately, you do just get the masked version with the symbol on his biomask as well, which is pretty cool. So I don't know if they're going to be doing a clean version, one without the actual engraving on his biomask. We'll see. Pretty doubtful there, but I'll tell you this much. We're definitely going to be getting an unmasked version, kind of like what they're doing with Berserker Predator, and amongst others. So this is really exciting, folks. This is really exciting. It's so rare that we get anything to this degree from the first AVP. It was much needed considering how expensive the NECA ones go for and how hard they are to just come by in general. Of course, you do have the articulated plasma caster as well. Kind of wish he would come with a retracted combi stick as well that could clip onto his back, because I'm not seeing if anything at the moment can clip onto his back. Oh, would you look at that? He does come with a retracted version of the combi stick. Man, you really actually get quite a bit. I wonder if you can plug it onto his back, actually, if there's clips there. And you get the skulls, the skull bandolier, which is, or bondolier, which looks pretty cool. The articulated plasma caster, and they use a very interesting, I guess, metal pattern for all his armor. It looks very grainy, if that makes sense, almost like sand. I'm not sure how well that will translate in person. I think the pictures are making it look a little bit more exaggerated than it really is, but I gotta tell you folks, this guy, once he goes up for pre-order, is probably gonna go fast. He's definitely gonna go fast, because once again, Scar Predator, considered a classic, a cult character from even a cult movie at this point. So please let me know if you're gonna be hopping on this pre-order, if you're gonna wait to see reviews. But you know me, I feel like I'm saying that a lot during these news videos. I'm gonna pick it up. But you also know what this means, right? Celtic and Chopper. Chopper is the important one. Chopper has an enormous enormous following, another cult following, just as powerful as Scar's. So you know we're gonna be getting Chopper Predator, you know we're gonna be getting a Celtic, and again, this opens doors for other figures from that film. A grid alien, maybe. I'm not going to be talking about a queen. It would be nice to have a queen from that movie. She did look or have a different design than the previous queen alien, so it'd be cool to have that, but I'm going to stop myself there because that's just me getting ahead of myself. Alrighty, folks. That is all the Hiya Toys Alien Predator news. Very exciting stuff. We got a lot on pre-order and a couple of things yet to be put on pre-order. I'm surprised that Falconer and the Scar Predator and the Alien aren't on pre-order yet, but they will be. I definitely encourage folks to hop on that Scar Predator, especially because I guarantee you he's going to be sold out, and one day, like the NECA stuff, unless they re-release him, which is doubtful. But then again, they did do it with City Hunter, but eventually he'll be hard to get. So I encourage y'all to pick that one up, but let me know what are your thoughts on all of these figures. What are you picking up? What are you passing on? What are you waiting on? I replied to all comments. I just got through all of your folks' comments on the last video, my video review of the trial weekend for Hunting Grounds. So definitely appreciate all of your comments there. Got into some interesting dialogue with quite a few folks. And I'll be seeing you all in the jungle pretty soon, right? I'm filming this on April 21st. So a couple days to go before Hunting Grounds hits. And I'm going to be obsessed. So prepare for a ton of live streams. Go check out Trophy Room on Facebook, a Facebook group created by yours truly, made for Alien Predator enthusiasts like yourselves. And like myself, you know, feel free to post about the lore, the comics, your collections, the movies, anything Alien Predator related, and only one rule, don't be a dick. And as always, people, have a good morning, evening, midday, whatever, and take care.